Hello guys, it's Friday, November 27th, the day after Thanksgiving, and I'm just going to do a little oracle reading for the weekend for Saturday and Sunday, November 28th and 29th, if you want to know like the general themes of things that might be coming up, okay? So let's use the Wisdom of Avalon. Let's use my Tree Angel Oracle deck. We'll use some Druid Craft Tarot, and let's just go with the Druid theme. We're just doing it. We're just going full Druid, the Druid Animal Oracle. Okay, so here we go. Alrighty. I hope everybody had a good Thanksgiving, and that the weather, energetically, physically, mentally, emotionally is good. But of course, it's life, right? So it's not always good. And the times it's not good are a test to see if you're going to learn whatever it is you're supposed to learn. So if you're having trouble with whatever lesson it is you're supposed to be doing right now, give me a call. Go look at my website and give me a call, because I do a bunch of emotional belief processing and energy work over the phone. And it does really work. Okay. I have to have everything all organized, guys, so I'm doing that, even though I'm doing it all briefly, like I always do. Because if we get too heavy into tarot, guys, then you're into obsession and thinking, and guess what? You're not your mind. You're not your mind. So that's, I don't know. That's one of the reasons why I don't do this all the time. That's a really big reason why I don't do this all the time. I'm not trying to get people to pay me for tarot, but of course I do like, I can help you figure out your animal totems, which is a really fun thing to have. It's a permanent thing. It's something that exists in your circle of guides for this lifetime. I can also help you talk to your guides with cards if you want. There's some things like that that I do like to do. I love to read people's charts, their human design charts, their Enneagram personalities, and their Vedic Astrology Charts. And the best reading is a 2-hour reading that incorporates all three of those, because then you get to see the themes between all of them. So anyway, look in the description for my website and all that good stuff. This is for the entire weekend, for the theme, the entire weekend. The most important thing, pride, leadership. I've been feeling the pride today, guys, and I have to say, I'm going to warn you against pride, all right? Be careful with pride, guys. It's just about being in your ego, really, most of the time. That's what it is. It's just an excuse to not be humble and admit that we are soul, right? That we're not our personality. We're not our, even though I just gave you a bunch of readings I do about your personality, right? Okay, so Sagittarius. I believe we're into Sagittarius time. Past the Scorpios. For the Sagittarians, what should they know today? What should they know this weekend? The deer. We had the stag and then the deer. Gentleness and diplomacy. It's a different theme. It's a different feeling. But it's the same animal. And it's like heavily Druid genre there, for sure. So the stag for the weekend, guys, is independence. Whoops, no, that's the cat. I was in the book and I just like, whoa, pride and leadership. When the stag appears in your path, he tells you to take pride in all you do. Be the leader and hold your head high, and others will follow by your example. Ask yourself these questions. Am I following my highest path? Am I acting in integrity and doing the best I can? Am I held back by the kind of pride that cuts me off from life through arrogance or low self-esteem? It's reverse. That is what I was talking about, guys. Be a leader, Be proactive with the highest intentions and always ask what is the highest good for all. Okay. And then for the Sagittarians, I'm looking for you, sorry. They are about gentleness and diplomacy this weekend. That's such a cute little fawn there. Having trouble holding that and doing this, so. When the deer appears, it's time to remember, a reminder for you to step gently on the path, for you're walking into a time when gentle movements and diplomacy are required. The deer's strength is in this quality. Make it your own and know that your steps are successfully assured. It's important that you be gentle with yourself as well, for you may be heading into a period where you're unsure of your footing or just coming out of a difficult situation. Blend your personal energy with the deer's energy of gentleness and diplomacy. Walk softly. The deer is so gentle that it can get past the demon on the way to see Great Spirit. That's the other pantheon of animal cards I have. That's the Native American one. Okay, so let's keep going here. Speaking of animals, since we're already into them, let's use these animals. Okay, so for your light workers this weekend and spiritual seekers, spiritual technique stuff this weekend. Light workers, the hare. Let's do this. And spiritual technique, spiritual practitioners this weekend, the blackbird. Let's check it out, huh? So, light workers, rebirth, intuition, and balance. This means fear in the Native American side, I think. And on the Druid side, it means rebirth, intuition, and balance. The benefits of balance, intuition, promise, and fulfillment. It's a good, auspicious sign, light workers. Use your intuition if you're a light worker. But use it for balance. Be balanced about stuff. Don't, extremity doesn't get us that far because it's a black and white way of thinking, right? Which ends up being fundamentalism. Which ends up being a trap, guys. Duality. You're always faced with the other opposite. Blackbird. The blackbird singing in the dead of night. Take these broken wings and learn to fly. Okay, the enchantment, the gateway, the inner call. So, do spiritual techniques that have to do with your inner calling. So, if you like to dance, then dance as a spiritual technique. If you like to draw, then draw. Use your inner calling as a spiritual technique this weekend and use your enchantment that you have for that, like your motivation to get yourself all the way into it. Because really anything can be a spiritual technique if you're going all the way in. Gateway between two worlds, urging us to follow a spiritual path or to become more self-aware. He calls us. Yeah, so this is just generally like you do need to do your spiritual techniques this weekend, guys. It means the black druid, the blackbird does. That's cool. It's interesting, too, because there's a Celtic rendition of the song Blackbird that the Beatles did that I was just singing. There's actually one in Gaelic, and it's really cool. It's Julie Folis. You should go check it out on YouTube. You will discover healing in new depths of your of your soul by heeding the Druid Dub's song, the Blackbird song. Interesting. Study spiritual truths. Okay, so let's keep going here. Further into the Druid the Druid ditch. I was going to say the Druid body bag. Sounds really bad. There was some kind of body bag thing where Druids had to hang upside down. I think for like 2 days, you guys. I don't even know if that's really true, but it was pretty hairy, whatever it was. Okay. We've even got trees next to for Druidry, because of course that's what you would. So we've gone from animals, there's our beautiful animals, so far, to Druid Tarot. Okay, so, and I'm pulling for romance this weekend and twin flames. Okay. Be the fool in romance, guys. Don't be predictable. Don't assume you know everything about your romantic partner. Don't assume you know everything about romance, right? Don't assume you know what's going to happen in your life. This is the Six of Pentacles for twin flames. That is the inheriting of wealth, the endowment of something good upon. So the Fool is innocence, freedom, potential, trust, play, openness, courage, and optimism. Be optimistic and open in romance this weekend, guys. It's a good one. And the Six of Pentacles. Generosity, patronage, and gifts. This is for twin flames, and I should probably do like a soulmate card. I don't know. I should probably change all my do a card about twin flame relationships, soulmate relationships, and karmic relationships, or something like that. But in any case, the practical use of magic is based on an understanding of this law of the returning tide. The magician constantly sows seeds of love. Sow seeds of love, twin flames. Healing and generosity without thought of personal gain, knowing that over time, part of the harvest will go towards creating the optimal conditions for their own fulfillment. And twin flame journey is about your spiritual enlightenment. That's what it's about. So it has to do with the optimal conditions for your own fulfillment. And I mean like true fulfillment, real happiness, what is beyond the material world, what is beyond the phenomenons that we get ourselves attached to, right? Okay, let's do some trees. And then I will let you to ponder this, my dear ones. Trees are sacred to Druids because they are the church. You go out into the trees in order to not just commune with nature and the laws of nature, but trees create a portal. They create an energetic portal, right? If there's a circle, like a stone circle, or there's a what do you call those? The tree church of Druids. There's a word for it. Oh, anyway, it creates an energy portal, guys, on Earth. Okay, we are pulling this about your health for this weekend. What do you need to do for health this weekend? Juniper. Let's look at that guy. Okay, and what do you need to do for the pandemic? Or what does the pandemic have in store for us? Or something along those lines for this weekend? Oops, we've got two. The apple and the rowan. These are good ones, guys. Good ones. Okay. I always think the apple's going to be at the beginning because it's like in the Bible. But I'm being a little too Judeo-Christian there, probably. Okay, so this is your card spread for this weekend. The apple tree is about joy and health to human beings for thousands of years. So it's about the overall joy of and health of human beings, which means if you ask me, I'm going to say my normal soapbox, which means we have to learn how to be healthy for real, guys. Not just wait and run from like these external ideas of viruses, right? We have to be healthy for real and know how to also, what do you do when you encounter a virus? How do you keep yourself from getting it? Because it's about the strength of the host, not about running from the enemy. We can catch a hint of this whenever we like. Imagine the moment you are just about to take a bite of an apple. This is the moment you are free from your entire past. There is no room for any thoughts about the future. All that exists is the here and now. You and the apple. You have the freedom to choose the most delicious part of life itself. Oh, this is the apple's role. With it, you find your center, your inner sun, your confidence and self-worth. Apple helps you free yourself from guilt, burdens, and memories. And we have to free ourselves from guilt, burdens, and memories in order to be a truly healthy society. We need to start not just eating an apple a day to keep that doctor away, which is the obvious, right? But we also need to actually learn how to unburden ourselves of our emotions. And if you need emotional processing, I can teach you a technique that you can do every day of your life that will actually make you more healthy, physically as well as emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. It will actually further your spiritual experience. Okay, so Juniper, that was about your individual health for this weekend. Stride forward or hold firm. Give what life asks if you enter the balance. Again, we have balance, guys. I love to see the themes that happen in all of these questions that I ask when I do a daily or a, weekly oracle read. The theme today has been balance. The theme has also been balance and diplomacy, gentleness. Do not be too prideful, right? But don't have low self-esteem either. Do your spiritual technique. Use your intuition. Do that which is good for yourself and good for others, and you will reap the rewards later. Be innocent, open, and optimistic. And release what doesn't serve you. Yet stand in the gale and walk your truth. Duty gives way to devotion. That's the Juniper. Where Juniper's blessings are missing, we see pig-headedness and defiance. So don't be pig-headed and defiant if you need health, guys. Okay. The Rowan tree is the last thing we have not talked about. I gotta put it down. Okay, Rowan. If we open ourselves up to the fully to the Rowan's tree's energetic field, look at that beautiful, that beautiful Rowan. Oh my gosh, you guys, it looks so Christmassy, right? Inspiration will strike like a bolt of lightning, whether the impulse comes from our inner voice, our higher self, or our angelic being, or whether it is from the tree or even God himself. Everything is concealed within the light because we have already leapt up and began to turn our ideas into action. We find ourselves painting, writing, composing music, following our heart's desire. What did I say about following your heart's desire before in order to do spiritual practice? Whew, your art is a Druid spiritual practice this weekend, guys. Okay, thanks for being with me. And I will see you next time, whenever that is. Can't really make any guarantees lately.